We found ways to move past these challenges for ourselves and for our families. At MakeTheConnection.net, you can hear our stories and find tools and services available to you.
The more I talk to people, family, friends, other vets, the better I feel.
Football season never ends on Talk Football with Coach K.
Stidham is tearing it up at New England. He may well be the incumbent to Tom Brady there.
Former head coach of the Buffalo Bills, Coach K brings his expertise as he breaks down the game, the players, the coaches, and the front office. Plus, high-profile interviews from the biggest names in football. Talk Football with Coach K every weekday from noon till 1 on ESPN Pensacola 1330 FM 99.1.
JP here. Everyone here at ESPN Pensacola wants to send a shout out to our first responders and healthcare workers at this time. We know it's tough, but we appreciate the work you put day in and day out. We also want to thank our essential workers out there for helping all of us continue to live our lives as normal as possible in this time. For our community, keep rocking it. We are going to get through this. Remember, we were named the #1 strong town in America. That wasn't by accident. We have seen so many people step up and do their part, and we thank all those people for their efforts. We will be stronger for this, and together, we will beat COVID-19. JP here. At ESPN Pensacola, we are hometown proud. We love our hometown heroes like Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawk Doug Baldwin.
They fake, the lob, wide open, touchdown, Doug Baldwin.
Bigger body than Wilson likes to throw to, big target. Here's Baldwin, smaller target, and he ducks in for the touchdown.
Hi, this is Doug Baldwin, and you're listening to ESPN Pensacola.
This is ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM and 99.1 FM, the only local station that talks sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From Gullick and Wingo to the Sports Drive with Chad Brillante. Plus talk football with Coach K at noon, sports call every Saturday. If you'd like to partner with us as an advertiser or a promotional partner, just give us a call at 262-6000.
You're listening to ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. All sports, all the time. WEBY, Milton, Pensacola.
The following has been produced by Talk Football LLC. Former Florida Gators quarterback, NFL quarterback, and NFL head coach. Coach K. Stevenson has a resume second to none, and now he's sharing his insider information with you. Talk Football with Coach K starts right now on ESPN Pensacola.
Welcome in to Talk Football with Coach K. JP here with you alongside former NFL head coach K. Stevenson on this Monday afternoon. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, and, well, continuing to practice social distancing at this time. Good to see that gyms are opening up today. Restaurants can go to 50% capacity. We're moving forward. Went to the beach this weekend. Great to see the beaches packed, but at the same time, people continuing to practice social distancing. Good to see that. Good to see people back on our beaches as well. But as we always start off, we will continue to do this. We want to thank our first responders and our healthcare workers at this time. They are on the front lines each and every day. Okay, this is no different now. COVID-19, I think, has made people realize a lot more about how important they truly are. But these people are out there each and every day, and I say this because being a military town, we pride ourselves. We love our military. With NAS and everything that's gone on. We love those folks. We thank you for your service. But at the same time, we talk about the first responders and healthcare workers. Those people are on the front lines here in our community each and every day. We thank them so much for what they do. We also want to thank, the essential workers out there, from grocery store employees, truck drivers, each and every person. You know who you are. The restaurants that opened up as well. We thank you guys for continuing to make life as normal as possible in this time. It's to say normal. Well, it's not normal. We know that, but we're getting back to some normalcy, and we just thank you guys, everybody, for what they've done, including our community, and getting us to this point where things can open back up. I know we have a lot of small businesses here that are opening back up. Good to see that. Great people out there, and we also want to thank our sponsors as well for what they do in the community and allowing us to talk some football with you. And, Coach, I know you feel the same way, and I know we have a ton to get to today and a special guest, including quite a few special guests this week. But how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing well, JP. Look forward to talking football. And again, I echo exactly what you talked about with our first responders and so on. We we got more to thank them for than we could use in this hour, really. But we do want to shoot that out and hope they hear us.
Absolutely. And, Coach, we talk about this week. Of course, we have, Tony Barnhart coming on tomorrow with us. Barnhart, reporter for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. He's a college football insider for CBS Sports. You see him on ESPN. You hear him sometimes when he fills in on the Feinbaum Show. Going to be awesome to have him on the show. And Feinbaum coming on later this week as well. But today, a special guest, John Fox. Now, most people should know who John Fox is. If you don't, well, he was the head coach for the Panthers, the Broncos, the Bears. He coached the Panthers to an NFC championship and the Broncos to an AFC championship. You see him on NFL Live all the time as, a regular there, and he's going to join us after our first break here at 12:15. So going to be great to hear from John Fox as well. It's a locked and loaded show this week, Coach. I know we have so much to get to. I won't waste any more time. I want to get to something here that, Coach, has gotten a lot of negative attention, and I think rightfully so, is, well, the NFL, of course, the Players Association Executive Committee they met, and they have an idea of, right now, the NFL is considering improving draft pick selections in the third round for teams that hire minority candidates as head coaches or GMs. Teams could also receive compensatory picks if minority candidates remain as a head coach or GM into their third year, or if a team loses a minority candidate who becomes a head coach or GM with another team. There are also possible draft pick incentives for hiring a minority coach as a coordinator or quarterback's coach. Coach, a lot of, listen, we understand the Rooney Rule in place. Is it perfect? No. But this is something that, and I'm not speaking from me, Sam Acho. Look, Sam Acho is an African-American. He played in the NFL. He's also part of the Players Association here. He said this is not the way. This is not, with the problem that goes with the league's diversity, this is not how we fix this. Should not be about incentives. It's got to be about giving the right person the opportunity. So, Coach, when you heard this come out the other day, I imagine that you kind of shake your head at it a little bit, but is this the right way to go about this?
Absolutely not. And listen, it really boils down to this, and not too much else should have to be said. It's unfortunate when in this country so many things have to be broken down into ways that we either address or deal with or appease certain races of people. And we don't treat everything as who can do the best job. I don't care what it is, whether it's medicine, law, business, religion, sports, whatever. It should be, the measure should be, who has earned the right to who has the experience needed, that you feel is needed, who passes certain criterion, I won't say test, but who passes certain criterion needs, and best person should be the person to come out on top. Now, that's the way it is in football. When you're talking about players, it's who is best equipped, sports-wise and otherwise, physically and mentally, to do the job. And more often than not, physical measurements and abilities take precedence over other intangibles. And therefore, you see a great many African Americans involved in football. It's well over 60% of teams. But often there are people that are not chosen for certain positions because they don't look the part. And I think that's unfortunate, but that happens. And what I'm saying is that is the case in choosing football players, but evidently it's not good enough for choosing coaches. I really think that people are looking for the most experienced, equipped people to handle a football team that they can find. And if that's an African American man, then he should be the coach. If it's a white American, they should be the coach. If it's an Indian, whoever, they should be the coach. So that's the way I look at it. And if you vary from that, I think you're stepping on. You talk about racism, whether it be front-on racism or reverse racism, you're talking about some form of racism.
Yeah, I agree, Coach. I think that this is, look, a lot of people have come out, and even Louis Riddick, and I respect a lot of Louis Riddick. He's been a guy that's been turned down for jobs, but regardless, he said this is kind of a slap in the face. This is not how you do business here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this. If this is passed and where we go from here. But Coach, I know we got a lot we want to get to, and John Fox will join us here in a few minutes. But big news, of course, Talia Tagovailoa. Now, not Tua, of course, his little brother. We talked about possibilities of where he could transfer. Now that Tua is playing for the Miami Dolphins, we thought maybe Miami was somewhere, maybe Florida International, Florida Atlantic. Well, he surprised the heck out of me, Coach. Transferred to Maryland, and when you really break it down, it's not that big a surprise. Now, the Terrapins, we have to understand something. Mike Locksley is the coach there. Great coach. I like Mike Locksley a lot. I like what he's trying to do to the program there. It's tough at Maryland. But nonetheless, this is a guy, Talia, of course, didn't play whenever Locksley was at Alabama. Tua did. That was Tua's offensive coordinator. But the family very familiar with Locksley. And one thing I will say, doing a little research here for Maryland, Coach, he's going to a squad where Maryland quarterbacks combined to have a 32.9 QBR, second worst among Power 5 teams. Outside of the only team that was worse was Northwestern. We know how bad they were offensively. Now, they, of course, had some quarterbacks transfer out to go to the portal there. So, really, this is something that really, for Talia, he's only got to compete with Josh Jackson, who didn't have a very good year last year, the transfer from Virginia Tech. So, I tell you what, this is a win all around for everybody. Talia gets to go to Maryland. Looks like he could possibly be a starter here. Mike Locksley gets a win because he gets a good quarterback. We're not sure exactly how good Talia is. Now, comparing him to Tua is not fair, but we'll hopefully get to see exactly what he can do for that squad. But, Coach, looking at it, this is a win-win for everybody.
I think so. Probably a good move on their part. But we just thought that because the family is so close, and for example, moving from Hawaii to Alabama to be near Tua, and that they would try to have both the boys, if possible, in the same location, then similar location, and be able to get to both their games. But at any rate, I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move for both. I agree with you.
And, Coach, last thing before we go to break here, look, Aaron Rodgers came out and had a talk, of course, Friday with some reporters from the Packers sports beat there, talking that he, of course, was not thrilled by the pick of getting Jordan Love, but he understands about the present and the future. But to kind of summarize things up a little bit, you could tell the disappointment in his voice. I thought he handled it pretty well and said, listen, my plan was to play into my 40s, and I wanted to be able to retire here, but this kind of changes the controllables a little bit. But he said, I feel confident in my abilities and what I can accomplish and what we can accomplish here. And now he even come out and said, to try to help a guy like Jordan Love out. He understands it. He will help him because of what Brett Favre did for him as well, kind of take him under his wing. But, Coach, once again, we've talked about this. Aaron Rodgers finally coming out and talking about it. Aaron Rodgers, this is a guy that, I believe him when he said that he wanted to retire as a Packer. This is a guy that's been with the Packers from the beginning, and, once again, hats off to Aaron Rodgers handling it the way that he is. But, Coach, when you look at this, will Aaron Rodgers retire with the Packers, or will he go on to another team, whether it's in a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road?
Well, it's a good guess on anybody's part. I don't know. But if I had to venture a guess, I would say he's going to end up on another team. I just can't see where this is going to work out best for him. I really can't see that. unless they just go forward and they're honest about it, decide that this kid can't play, if he can't play, and they're wasting time, and then they do something with him. Other than that, I think Aaron Rodgers, there's a good chance he'll end up with another team.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Coach. I find it hard to believe that Aaron will be there to retire. I hate to say that because I love Aaron Rodgers as a Packer. You know that the Packers as a fan base love him to death, and he's just that nice guy, but he's not so nice. You can never figure him out. But one thing you can tell, and you can look at stats back this up. And stats don't always tell the story, but stats back this up that Aaron Rodgers is the man, and he has done a fantastic job. Remember, he played with basically one wide receiver last year, and when Devontae Adams was out, he was still putting up points. They were still, they built the defense around him, but this year's draft, they didn't go get any help at wide receiver, and instead they draft his replacement, Jordan Love, in what we believe. So going to be interesting to see what happens there in Green Bay, but nonetheless, Coach, we're up against a break. When we come back, John Fox. Listen, John Fox, you see him on NFL Live. He used to coach the Panthers, the Broncos. He was a heck of a player. He also coached the Bears as well. He'll join us right here on Talk Football with Coach K on ESPN Pensacola. Well, we're having some technical difficulties here trying to get some commercials up as we go along here. Listen, I want to talk just a minute, Coach, real quick as we're trying to figure this out. But look, Coach, with John Fox, kind of prep the people with what we're going to hear from him, what is going to go on. Look, like I said, this guy is as seasoned as it comes. I know he's a great friend of yours. And, just kind of what are we preparing to hear from John Fox right now?
I'm attorney Stephen Luongo with Levin, Papantonio, Thomas, Mitchell, Rafferty, and Proctor in Pensacola, Florida. Distracted driving is a dangerous epidemic on America's roadways. In 2016 alone, over 3,000 people were killed in motor vehicle crashes involving distracted drivers. This according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. For more information, please visit us today online at levinlaw.com. Please be safe on the roadways. Stop the text, stop the wrecks.
When you're looking for a great deal on a reliable new or certified pre-owned vehicle, you can't beat Bob Tyler Toyota in Car City, Pensacola. Bob Tyler Toyota has the best selection in town at incredible low prices. You can check out their amazing inventory from Camrys to Tundra trucks to 4Runners. It's all at Bob Tyler Toyota, and you can find it online at bobtylertoyota.com. Also score a touchdown this football season with the car of your dreams. Again, it's only at Bob Tyler Toyota in Car City, Pensacola.
Hello, sports fans. Miles Bentley here, General Manager at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Pensacola. Growing up, I always loved sports. Nothing but net, out of the park, through the uprights. Sink the puck Bentley, that was me. But my love of the game couldn't beat my love for Pensacola and helping folks get on the road of dreams in a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Sure, I never went to the big leagues in sport, but we're all pro here at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Proud to be in Pensacola.
Sometimes your bank, your family, and your friends love you, but they don't have the money to help you. Sometimes we have chances to make money, but the old saying, you've got to have money to make money, rings true. At Pensacola Specialty Pond, we can help. If you have trucks, heavy equipment, airplanes, boats, jet skis, anything with value, Pensacola Specialty Pond can loan you that short-term money you need. No credit checks, and at Pensacola Specialty Pond, you're going to find the money and the discretion you need.
Now at 6428 Pensacola Boulevard, north of Car City. Call 432-9050, 432-9050.
If you are a collector, investor, or just an avid sports fan, then listen up. Coins, sports cards, and racing collectibles in Gulf Breeze has one of the largest sports memorabilia collections in the area, with new inventory arriving weekly. If Hot Wheels is your thing, they have that too, with old, new, and special edition models to choose from. At Coins, sports cards, and racing collectibles, you can buy, sell, or trade. Located on Highway 98 in Gulf Breeze, Coins, sports cards, and racing collectibles is the place to go to collect either for fun or to invest for profits.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
There's only one name in town when it comes to afternoon local sports talk. The Sports Drive with Chad Brilliante.
Some athletes don't want to be given... nobody does. Now, look, when you play with your pops as it gets older, one of the most embarrassing things... My daughter's 3. I just slam it right in her face right at the play school hoop. Like right there, like I'm Zion Williamson.
The games, the players, the fans. ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
You can watch Coach K talk football live right now on our YouTube channel at ESPN Pensacola 1330.